Now this video is actually for parents where their kids used to go to school in like the physical regular school, or for parents who are actually planning to have their kids on virtual schooling. So I began to do my research on what virtual schooling is, what we need to do, and so on. And so I'm sharing these information with you guys, and I hope it helps you. Not only to save money in the long run, but also to help your kids transition from their regular lives as students to, well, virtual students. Let's get started. So the first suggestion that I can give is to talk to your children. So look at the situation from your child's point of view. Right now, they're still trying to adjust. Some kids are better at adjusting than others, but I know that everyone has been trying to adjust from naa sila makita ng mga friends nila kanunay, sa ilang mga teachers kanunay, and now because it's virtual schooling, they don't get to see their best friends, ilang mga crushes, ilang mga teachers, and ilang school, ilang physical school. So you have to talk to them regarding first that whatever their thoughts are with the whole lockdown situation. So if wapa mo nagkastorya regarding ana, then now would be the best time before school starts to listen to their opinion and how they're feeling about the whole situation. Also try to talk to them about their thoughts regarding virtual schooling. So unsang ilang nasabtan anang virtual schooling, unsang ilang expectations, and maybe you can also guide them kung unsa jud ang tinuod nga reality sa virtual schooling, and unsa ka duol or kalayo ang ilang expectations sa reality of it all. And then also don't hesitate, or I know nga dili man jud ang hesitate dapat, no, but always tell your kids that you're there to support them whenever they need you. Number 2, what does your child need? So you might want to ask yourself as well as the teacher for the upcoming school year kung unsa ang kinahanglan sa bata for them to start virtual schooling. Now, ang base lang sa ako ang mahimong set up sa akong anak, no, I've given her the following things. So first is PC or laptop, and a good one. Doesn't have to be like gaming level, but enough na paspas siya, dili siya mag-lag, and medyo durable kay bata ra ba ang gamit. Next is a good webcam. So kanang webcam sad nga clear, if possible kanang HD, because it would be better for your child kay mas makita siya sa iyang mga teachers as well as sa iyang mga classmates. Right now webcams are pretty inexpensive, so you can definitely find one that's that fits your budget. Next one is a good headset, preferably with a mic. Let me just get mine. So this one is a really good headset. It's Plantronics. I think the brand is Plantronics. Nana siya voice cancelling, so if saba ang background, dili madunggan ang any background noises. Nindot ang kani. I also suggest na you give these kind of headsets to your kids and not katong earbuds na musod sa dunggan, just because those don't really help your child in their ear health. So these ones and these are really comfortable. Plus naani siya, so it comes with 2 sides. So this one is a jack, but nasa ni siya extension na USB. So if you guys are using a laptop or giving your child a laptop, kay na ubang laptop na wala na jack, so you can use the USB extension. Plus naasa ni siya kanang controls sa extension niya. Let me just get it. Here's the extension. So ang extension niya looks like this. So na siya USB, na siya katong butanganan sa iyang jack, and then naasa siya controls. So can you see it? So maka-mute siya if kintahay na ay manawag niya galit, or ikaw manawag, kalimot ka nga klase niya, manawag ka niya, mute ka niya so pwede makadunggan siyang classmates. Maka-answer siya calls, and makatoggle siya between lower the volume to a higher volume. So this one is great. I forgot how much this is. Actually this is company issued, but I'm sure na dili-educate siya yung mahal. And it's a pretty decent investment if you ask me, kay dili sa siya anti-tangle sa siya. So siya na kadali maguba. The next one would be stable internet connection. So kani importante jud kaayo ni, especially and maka-fail jud mo ani kanang mga tao or yung mga parents nga nag-work from home, nga importante jud kaayo ang stable internet connection. So especially kay imuhang anak, kay kinahanglan jud anak kay what if she misses a part of her class nga apil na siya sa exams. Right now, na depende mo gud na sa maestra if mo-go back pa siya para kanang tudluan ang child or moingon na siya nga refer to books or other references, diba? So just to avoid that, what I would suggest is first, if you can, get postpaid internet. But since we're living here in the Philippines, kaba ko nga kanang di dyan na naka-reliable. So aside from getting postpaid, get a prepaid modem set. So a prepaid modem looks like this. So this is what a prepaid modem looks like. So lahi na siya sa kadtong Wi-Fi stick. Di kay ko musali o Wi-Fi stick. For some reason, it never worked for me ever. So if you have Wi-Fi sticks, that's good. But I would really suggest this simply because it has a LAN. So you can connect your laptop directly ani. So ana siya. And if possible lang jud, try to get all the LAN modems from all service providers. So Globe, Smart, PLDT. I actually have one for Smart and I have one for PLDT. I know that they're the same now, but I just have, ang daan ng ganako was a Smart one. And I just bought this guy just for good measure. Because right now, our postpaid, which is Globe, kaya nag-iinarte. So right now I'm using this. But when back up niya siya, in case your postpaid isn't working, then you can always have this. Di man sa kaayo mahal ang iyahang load. And actually, if dili lang jud kaayo mo grabe mo gamit og internet sa balay, then you can just opt for this. This is actually way cheaper. Kaya mas makontrol sa nimo ang amount that you spend if you have prepaid. That is if dili kay mo grabe mo gamit og internet. But if like grabe kay mo stream, kana man yung streaming ang makakuha og bandwidth. So if grabe kay mo stream like Netflix or Spotify, Hulu, then don't bother. But if you have the type of household dili jud kayo mag-internet, then this would work great. Number 3, so once number 3, walk your kids through all of the equipment that you bought for them. So once naa na ang tanan, like laptops or PCs, webcams, all those things, then walk them through how to use it. If nagpalit mo og power supply sa kung labi na if mga bata pa like mga 5, 6, 7 years old yan, dili kayo acquainted sa tech, kaya you can just walk them through like first kay i-on jud ang power supply and then kanang i-on dayon ang PC, like just walk them through how to use the whole setup and make sure na you teach them the proper way of using all of their equipment. Like after using your headsets, kay dapat kana you put them back in the proper place, make sure na dili tangled ang kuan para dili dali mangguba. Like give them the tips or the things that they need to do in order to make all of their equipment last longer. And any tips that you can give them to make their virtual schooling experience a little better and a little easier. For example, if they're only listening to their teacher, and then they should use the mute button. So mute is live. Kaya lisod na nga nag-story sila or nagkanta-kanta sila sa ilang cellphone na minaw sa teacher. Or nakigstorya sila ninyo sa ilang parents or other family members, then wala din nakamit na nalungan sa tibuok class ang ilang storya, because this is not going to be like the physical classroom na ang mga tapad ra o ang atubangan or ang luyo ang makadungog. So here in the virtual classroom, everyone can hear you. So just make sure that you educate them about that. Also nga kanang I know that it goes without saying, no, but just in case you forget, always remind your child not to eat near their devices, kaya that would be prone to like ants going into keyboards and panuba, or like if they're going to put drinks or like keep drinks near their table, kay I know nga kinanglan sa that your kids stay hydrated throughout the day, and make sure that they have that the water container has a lid. Dili sila mag glass of water lang kay it might spill and it might compromise their whole setup, and we don't want that. They don't want that. We as parents don't want that because we need to pay for it. Fourth is to give your child a place to study or simply a study corner. Now, I feel like usa dyan sa pinaka-importante ninyo is to have a corner in your house where it's going to be a study or learning corner lang dyan. So, it's not ideal na mo take siya classes naa sila sa bed or naa sila sa living room couch, kaya that might make them lazy nga dili ma-focus ang ilang hunang-huna to learning just because na-associate na nila like their beds or their living room couch as a place to relax or as a place for entertainment. So as much as possible, bisan lang gamay or corners in your house, make that their study or learning corner. That will be their classroom chair, ibale. So speaking of chairs, I make sure to provide your child ergonomic chairs. So those chairs, they will be sitting for like pila 6, 7, 8 hours sa dira nga chair. Dili na sila parehas sa kanang regular classrooms nila when they were still in their physical schools na makatindog na sila, or like they can switch positions and then makadungog ra gyapon sila sa maestra because most lahi magud ang set up kung mag-homeschool. So an ergonomic chair na will support the back as well as the bottom, and then ang setup sa computer na eye level, ang monitor. I'll look for a good video. I remember that I was able to see a good video about it, and I'll link them below. Next one. Number 4 is a place to study or simply a study corner for your child. So once your kid starts virtual schooling, it's important nga na sila a place in your house, even just a really small area in your house, where they can call it their study corner, so that whenever naa sila ana nga area, when they sit down in their chair, they know that ang ilang brain will go through like study mode or learning mode. So dili sila pwede nga dira matog or dira magduwa. It's just for studying and learning. Okay nga naman. If your child takes their classes in, say, their bed or in the living room couch, dili na sila, most likely dili na sila ka-focus on learning just because their bed or the living room couch is geared towards comfort and maybe entertainment sa ilang hunahuna. So muna na ang ilang mindset, di ba, when you go to your bed, kaya relax na kayo ta. So muna siya nga, just so that your kids can focus, give them a study corner. Now in that study corner, they should have an ergonomic chair to support their back as well as their bottom. Okay, they will be spending a lot of time sitting down, so they need to be very comfortable on where they're sitting. Another thing is that the place or their study corner needs to be conducive for learning. So fill up the area with books, their school materials or art materials, so that whenever na sila'y kanang inana nga kind of activities sa ilahang virtual schooling, then dali ra kayo nila makabot. It should essentially be away from noise and away from distractions. Like, it's not going to be a good idea to place their study corner near an area of your house nga daghan kaayo mangagi, kaya that would definitely distract them. It's also not good if doon sila like a kitchen and kaya makadungog sila whenever you guys are like cooking. So that might not be a good idea. So put them in a place nga dili kay madunggan ang mga manok, ang mga iro, and ang mga tao nga magstorya. And also in this study corner, create a list for them, or like a chart of their schedules sa ilahang classes, or their schedule of activities for that day. Okay, para they can just view it and next day nga klase kay kuan, or maghimo na di kong assignment kay this afternoon mo na ni ako ang klase na kinanglan na ipasa na nga time. So I've created a template for my child. I can share it to you guys. You can download it in the description box below. Next one. 5 is routine. Create a schedule for your child for their everyday activity. So just so that they can be comfortable sa pag go about sa ilahang day. And set a schedule for yourself as well so you don't disturb them. So maybe print 2 versions of your child's activities. One, you can post them in their study corner, and the other one, you can either post them in, well, your fridge or any place nga kanunay makitaan sa any and all family members in balay para kabaw sila nga ay kanang inaron ding arasa nagklase di ay si junior, so dapat dili ni magsaba, and dili din ako siya pwede taugon nga mga una. So that would help para dili kayo like maulaw imong anak or masuko ang imong anak nimo kay in the zone na kay siya maminaw or mo learn, and then imo siyang get disturbed. Try to do the same things more or less that they used to do when they were still going to school, like wake up at 6 a.m. para para maligo, and then after ligo, then mag-breakfast sila, then put on school uniform if mag-require og school uniform ang school sa child, even on virtual schooling. If not, then put on a decent pair of clothes. So, dili dapat na magpambalay ra sila kay that would just mean na ilahang hunahuna ka nara jud ko sa balay, relax ra jud ko. So na put them on routine, and instead of kanang ang oras was before spent on mag-travel to school, then maybe the child can use that same time to prepare their equipment for school. So like i-on daan ang PC or ang laptop, i-check daan ang internet connection to make sure it's working, because if your postpaid isn't working, then maybe you have to use your prepaid, paloadan nimo para everything is ready once the teacher arrives. This I think is very important, is always always have a scheduled day for them to have time away from any types of screen. So may it be the computer screen or cell phone screen, tablet screen, TV screen, get them away from the screen. Like during dinner time, dili mo mananaw o salida, focus lang dyan mo sa inyong meal, focus lang mo sa pag-chika-chika as a family, because that will do a lot of good para sa mga ka-rest ang brain sa inyong child from overstimulation. Next, or the final tip that is to make virtual schooling more interesting for your child. So right now, gamay pa kong nahuna-hunaan personally. So if you have any suggestions for me, then please feel free to put them in the comment section below. But right now, the things that I can think of to make virtual schooling interesting for them is to first set up a virtual lunch with your child and their best friends. So ask baron kana contact your child's best friends parents and inform them na pwede ka na like karong Tuesday kay mag virtual lunch sila, so that they can just have their camera on and have their food, and then they can virtually share kung unsa ilahang gikaon. They can talk with each other regarding unsa nahitabo sa class, unsa nahitabo silang mga life, so that naagapon siya interaction with their friends and with other people. So na siya apon siya social life bisan pa og they're staying at home. Another one is to encourage or ask the teacher of your child na they have after school games with other classmates, and that did it said every day kay of course we do encourage children to stay out of the screens. So maybe every Friday lang na they can have virtual games, like they can have trivia or kanang chika-chika lang as a class as a whole. Kay para sad, again, it's for their social life. Para dili kay sila ma-bored na having to stay at home. Kay sa tinud-an ay kita manggaling na adults ma-bored, manggalit ang balik-balik ra nga tao ang atong makitaan every day. Like mingawon ta sa atong friends, mingawon ta sa the places that we used to go to, like if you guys love staying at cafes, diba mingawon manggalit ta sa ato ang mga hangout area. So unsan makaang sila nga mga bata nga moro na ilahang kinabuhi. So kana lang, just put yourself in your child's shoes whenever you're thinking about transitioning them to virtual schooling. And yes, make sure that your child is having fun throughout their process. Always be there for them, and kanara, and hope for the best. And also, yes, continue to coordinate with the faculty of your child's school, especially the advisor, because that's a very integral part in making the virtual schooling a success. Until then, parents, I would like to say that your best life starts when you decide. Bye!